After the survey, we were in limbo for a couple of weeks, awaiting reports, then taking time to go over them, and then lots of paperwork because we bought a boat. That's right, the 1984 Island Gypsy 44 is now all ours. Today, we'll show you our empty boat tour and explain a few things and personal touches we'll be adding to make her our perfect home on the water.
We made it to the boat!
Yep.
We're just about to board the boat for the first time.
As owners. Yeah. Yes, as owners.
I'm so excited. And she's still here.
Still floating, too.
That's always exciting.
Thank God for small favors.
Cheers! Oh my gosh. She's looking beautiful. It's a little jelly. Just jellying around. Here's our boat. Oh my gosh, she is so pretty. I'm so excited. Ah. Just walking around the deck, checking everything. Wow, can't believe this is our boat. She's so pretty. And it's such a beautiful day. I'm inside. I'm gonna do a quick builds check, and then we are going to do a tour for you guys. This is going to be our before tour, before moving anything on board, before doing any reno or anything like that, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the reno plans that we have for her. You looking out over your new kingdom?
Yep.
Testing out the new sofa.
Mm-hmm.
The new settee.
New settee.
Here is the side door. We have one side door, and it is right next to our indoor helm station. So here we have a big beautiful wheel, and of course all the gauges for the engines, the throttle and transmission controls. Then we have a compass up there, a ship's bell, beautiful, and a little handheld VHF, which does work. This VHF up here, I'm not sure works or not, as well as the rest of this instrumentation. It looks nice, but I'm not sure how many of those things work, if any. And then in front, we have storage for our charts, owner's manuals, things like that. Lots and lots of paperwork storage, which is so cool. And then that is mirrored again on the other side. And then turning around, you see our two chairs over here. Huge windows all the way down. And then we have our aft entrance where you come in from the sun deck. And then our galley, our up galley. She's beautiful. We've got an apartment size fridge. It does run on AC and not DC power. So we have an inverter that runs it. It is on right now, super cold. And then she's got a little freezer too. And then in front of it, speaking of a freezer, this ice maker does not work. And so we've been thinking about what we want to do with this area because it has a little bar right here. We're thinking, what if we do a deep freezer here? Because then we can be off grid for longer. Deep freezers, chest freezers are very energy efficient. And so if we can swing it, we're going to be putting one there if we can find one small enough. I'll show you what we're currently working with. So we're not a huge fan of the electric stove. We love cooking on gas, and I like the redundancy of having electric and gas cooking options. So I think we're gonna put a gas stove oven here and get rid of just this top drawer and keep the bottom two drawers. But right now this is what she looks like. I feel like it's such a big space to only have two burners. I don't know, I'm just not a huge fan of her or her cover. And then over here, something else we may want to change, just because I need my counter space. We cook a lot here on board, so we are going to be removing this guy, and because we're going to be putting an oven here, so we don't need the convection oven. We haven't had a microwave in probably 4 years, and we don't miss it too much. So it's definitely more worthwhile to have the counter space for us. So we're going to be donating this coffee maker and the coffee maker that's nestled behind it just because we have other ways of making coffee that take up less space. And this is actually a really nice big counter space hidden under here. So I want to make the most of that. But yeah, and then there's more storage under here. There's more storage under here. It's all empty. And then there is even a vent hood up here. Oh wow, it's reflecting the water right now. That's pretty. I love it. This salon is so ginormous and so much bigger than anything that I'm used to. I can literally do jumping jacks in here. The ceilings are so high. Like my finger just touches the top of the ceilings. And then we have our grab rail up here for when we're getting a little rocky, a little rolly, out on the water. Woo! It's so nice. I love this boat. Okay, I'm gonna show you up forward, which some of you may have already seen, but I just want to get a good before of how this looks and let you know some of the things that we have going on in the old noggin as far as renovations go. So there are 3 steps down, going down, and then if you look to your starboard side, there's the guest head, which has its own separate shower. And then we have a little storage behind the shower. There's a new shower head in there, which I will probably be installing in the near future. And then we have a vacuum flush head up here. Then we have our sink, and then we have more storage under here. And then another little drawer. And then I don't know what this guy is. So if you know, let me know. Is it supposed to hold soap? Is it supposed to hold a razor? It looks like he's a little fish, a little bronze fish. He's a cutie. Just don't know what it does. So let me know. And then we've got a window that opens up. And then to the port side of the little stairs, we have our quarter berth, which we are going to turn into an office. We're currently in talks of how in the world we're going to do that, because this is about 2 feet of space here to there, but we're going to be figuring it out. It's going to happen. We're going to make it happen, okay? We're going to figure it out. But that has its own window in here that does open, and then we have our washer and dryer in here, and then we have storage up here, which will probably be for tools and like man cavey kind of stuff. And then here is our guest berth. So it's nice and wide in here. You have room to kind of walk around. We do not have the insert to make this into a full bed, but I think that's perfectly fine, because if we do have a couple on board, they can use the table bed if they would like, or they can just sleep here separately. We have 2 windows up here that do open as well. And then she has her own closet. Very tall closet. Okay, now we're gonna go back up through the salon and to our aft cabin, which is pretty dark right now. I'm not sure if the lights are working, but we've got another 3 steps down, or maybe that's 4 steps, 3 or 4. And immediately when you come in on your starboard side, we have our pantry. It's so tall. It's not deep. It's probably only like 4 inches deep, but it's perfect for canned goods, dry goods. And then come into our aft cabin. We are going to be replacing this mattress. It has been leaked on by this hatch, and so she needs to go. But here's the layout. So we have windows along the sides, and then on the starboard side, a closet. We have a little vanity. We have an AC unit that's just for the back, and then storage over here, storage here on both nightstands. The bed is a queen size bed. We have windows all around. We have port lights, and then there's our ensuite head, which has its own port light as well. So we'll walk in here, again, she's been in storage mode, so I'm just showing you what we got as is, baby. And we've got a mirror here, and then we've got our sink, then we've got storage under here, we've got an outlet, we've got a fan in here, which supposedly works. Oh, here, which supposedly works, not 100% sure about that one. And then we've got a drawer, we've got another vacuum flush head, which are freshwater, by the way, which is a huge upgrade from the seawater heads that we've been using for the past 3 or 4 years. But we've got a little shower, and that is our master suite.
One of the things I want to do is replace these steps. They're not in really great shape. So this is the Flybridge. As you can tell, you could house a small family up here. One of the things we've been talking about is an outdoor kitchen space, which is probably going to consist, it's not really going to be a kitchen, it'll be more like a one of those, I think it's Magma that makes them. It's like a stackable set of grills and ovens, outdoor grills and ovens that runs on propane. And it'll put down on this rail probably. This top is made by, we think it was made by Pipe Welders, which is a company down in Florida that makes these things. And they're renowned for their construction. And this one is very, very heavy duty. This is the captain's area, I guess, as it were. This is where you drive the boat from. She has a, this is a Furuno, it's an old model Furuno NavNet that uses the cards. It's like a little card. This is got the Chesapeake Bay on it, but it is also, it also has the speed on it, it has the depth on it, it has radar, it has all those things, and it works, but there's a problem with the power. Apparently you have to tilt it down to get it to work, which is not ideal. So we're going to be figuring that out. And these are the depth, wind, and speed. The only one of these that actually works is the wind. There's a little doohickey up on top of the hard top that has a little
Anemometer.
Anemometer and it whatever has the wind thing on it, and it when the wind blows, it spins and turns and tells you the direction and all that stuff. This is your kind of standard Horizon VHF. We had one on the other boat. Yeah, that's about it. It's bare bones as far as equipment goes, as far as like electronics goes. She's a salty old boat. She also has cable steering, which is something that's way different than what we had before. That actually means there are cables and chains. There's chains here, and then cables that run all the way down to the rudders. You don't have to worry about like having an air leak in your hydraulic line or anything along like that. I mean, it's just plain old cable.
And we do have covers, I mean not covers, we have cushions for all of these. They have storage underneath, as you can see. And then we do have cushions for these. We just don't have them out currently. And then we've got our little table.
Yes. Yeah. She's awesome.
She's awesome. She's roomy. And her decks are beautiful.
Very roomy.
So these are our side decks. As you can see, they're nice and wide. We probably have a good 2.5 feet right here, maybe, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got nice tall gunnels. So if you fall over, you really gotta try hard to do it. And then we've got the companionway here. So this lifts up. You still gotta step over. But we have that here. We have our shore power right here by our slider door. We have some deck bills. We're still mapping all of those out. We have our anchoring area. We got the windlass and an anchor. Not sure if we're going to keep this anchor or get another one. We have heard with the anchors that have the knuckle on them, if you set it, it tends to set well, but if it gets unset, it doesn't like to reset itself. So you have to bring it up and then reset it, which is not ideal for every situation. So if you've experienced that, let me know, or if it's totally fine, let us know as well if you recommend it. It's an older anchor, but it seems to be usable. So we're gonna consider whether we keep this one And we were going to keep it regardless, but whether we use this one as our main anchor or get another one. And we have access to our anchor locker up here as well. And then I can also chill out up here. This is a nice lady seat where she sits and she looks out. Goes like this. Maybe with a pair of binoculars looking at the waterfowl.
Or the foul water.
Or the foul water, depending on the day. I can't believe this is how it goes.
She's a beauty. Wonder what happened here.
Cool.
I did a pretty good job of putting that back together.
Stand still while the sun goes round. Distant winds making silent sounds. Daylight waiting to come relieve the night. So let it shine, 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 shine on me. Let it shine, shine, shine.
No more microwave. Dang! Awesome job.
For HIPAA?
So before we get out, not for HIPAA. We don't have to adhere to HIPAA.
I mean, I'm not going to share any of my health information.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
We
You
just
said we were going to do a quick video for HIPAA, so
no,
I'm
that's
just
not
wondering.
what you misunderstood.
I don't think I did. I think that's what you said.
All right. Well, maybe I'm mistaken.
The tour.
No, go. Start now.
Start now. Start.
That's a lovely bit of crumpet.
That's a lively bit of crumpet.
Forward. Oh my god. I'm hitting my head. What's the hole? Where's all that light coming in? You guys can't really see, but it's a hole up there, and I'm not sure why. I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Thank you so much for watching today's episode. We are so happy to have you along with us for this journey. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and as always, we hope you're doing well. Can't wait to see you next week to continue our Great Loop prep.
Hey, buddy. Came out. Oh, bye-bye.